Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you already know that my hair looks really good today.
Yeah,
I did not
walked
brush
in,
it,
I was
but-
like, what? And our producer said the same thing. Your hair looks great.
I know. I did not even brush. I did slap a little
And you
makeup
look
on.
tan?
Because I got a spray tan because we had our Christmas party this weekend. So I was like a girl on a mission. I actually stopped buying the 3-pack because they would
what?
always expired of spray tans.
Oh.
I do not have somebody come. I am just a Palm Beach tan girl. I'm lazy. I cannot make appointments to save my life. So I just go in there at my leisure. And I did not realize they had a monthly membership. And it's about the same price as like when you buy 3. And every time I buy 3, like I go in so rare that like they always expire. And they used to help a girl out and let mine like live on for 3 months because I would literally go once a month. So now I do my monthly membership and it does get me in more because Travis complains about it every month. He gets his credit card. So it jots my memory that yes, I need to use this.
Tell
thing.
him he should be complaining that you're pale, not that it hits
Right?
his credit card.
He said, I can't even tell when you spray tan and when you don't. Because
Yes, he can.
He should. I'm like, then you really don't
You're
see me
glowing.
for the fabulous
For who
I
I am.
Yes. Because we went to another Christmas party earlier in the week, like on Wednesday or Thursday, and I hadn't spray tanned and I wore pants. And he was like, why aren't you wearing a dress? And I said, because I haven't spray tanned. I look like Casper. And he said, well, I honestly can't tell the difference. And I was like, how rude. Whatever.
I feel like I just this morning recovered from your Christmas party. I drank so much tequila. That was one of the best Christmas parties y'all have actually thrown.
I agree.
The food was good.
Yes.
The DJ was great.
Yes, the DJ was actually from you.
Yep, I know.
And we're going to have him every year because the DJ matters. And usually we just have whoever.
The DJ matters exponentially.
Yes, and he like had all the fun.
Yes.
Like I feel like it's the music that you would see at a gay bar, right? Like it's all the fun music. I can tell he's from your place, yes.
So he started with just the regular Christmas music. And Zach, he does events for work all the time. So he's always hiring DJs. And he was like, I didn't know that Charlie could do this. He was like, this is good. I'll hire him for stuff. And then as the night progressed, he knows how to get it a little more elevated to where you kind of get the drinks start flowing and you want to dance a little more. And then he went Mr. Mister at the end. And it was everyone was
so
just throwing
fun.
their ass in a circle. It was
so fun.
good.
Also, you have to have a Hunter because Hunter, I will say, really knows how to twerk around.
He does.
To where he said that his boss, and I hope she's listening, told him, and she works for Holman as well, all these people. I probably have no friends at that company at this point. He said in his drunken stupor that his boss, whose name starts with a T if you're listening from the company, told him, or maybe not just him, but obviously he knew he was talking about don't twerk.
He said it's not appropriate to twerk in front of your coworkers.
Yes, and he
as he is on the ground
everywhere. My sister, who's a school teacher, was twerking. It was like a twerking situation going on. It was so much fun. It was so
great.
fun. It was probably my favorite holiday party. I really did not put my pajamas on until 11:30. I was having that much fun.
Impressive.
Yes. But also Travis, I told Travis earlier, I was like, can I invite a few of my girlfriends, right? Because it's always a holiday. I don't work at home, and really I did for that short time. And then I was like, this is not for me. So then I quit. But it's much more, for Travis, he works with everybody. So they're friends, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I have Trey and Zach and Hunter, but I never really have any girlfriends there. So I invited a few girlfriends. One of my girlfriends is a hair and makeup artist. Her name's Daniela Bell. She's incredible. I have not used her in a while. I don't even know why. I think because I just don't really do anything with myself anymore.
She is so talented. She is such a hustler, and she is so pretty.
First of all, she's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she's so nice. She came to my house. She messaged me before, 3 or 4 days before, and she was like, hey, do you want me to glam you for your holiday party? And I was like, oh, I hadn't even thought of that. That's a very important thing. So I was like, yeah, sure, thank you. So she comes over early, gets me ready. I have never looked better, in my opinion. I was total J-Lo glow.
Yeah, she was calling herself Stay-Lo.
I was Stay-Lo for the night. It was very fabulous. But yeah, it's good to have friends who are very talented. And then,
also, Daniela has she has an eyelash line.
Yes.
I can say all this, right? Everything I'm about to say? None of this is a secret, right?
About
her brushes and her makeup.
Oh, you can say that she sells them, but nobody else. Yeah. Nowhere else yet. Because she has big things in the works.
She has some incredible products. She's had her lashes for a long time, and she's
her lashes have been on
QVC
Sierra.
and
They were on every celebrity has her lashes are
Great.
a million times better. Like a lot of people I think have heard of like Lily lashes.
Yeah.
Her lashes are 10 times better. I promise you they're the best lashes. Like she brought me a brush set yesterday, and not only that, or the other day, not only that, she taught me how to do my makeup and use them. I've been using way too big of a foundation brush. The things I learned by her doing my makeup was well worth it. Yes, thank you, Daniela. And then I said, write a list of everything that you've used. I do this if I really like makeup, from every makeup artist. And I went online and bought every single thing she used. It'll be at my house. And I'm going to see if I can
It's going to be there until Danielle
like
uses it next time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, look, I brought all of the products.
Amazing. No, it was very fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was super, super, super fun.
You know what we need next year, though? A photographer.
You know, also Daniela was kind of our photographer, but we do need one. I told Travis, I was like, listen, our house is way too dark and I don't want lights on, obviously. But Daniela brought this, it was like I call it the light of Jesus. It was this huge light. It literally,
it was the sun in a box.
Yes, it was amazing. The best pictures, all the pictures we took, usually at the holiday party. Okay, this is my pet peeve, and we do this as a company. I like if I go to different people's events or like charity events, I'm not saying I don't love what is it where they set up the little photo booth, but I don't like a photo booth.
I don't like a photo
because
booth.
then you have like the people's logo, and even though it's my logo, I don't want to put that shit on my Instagram. Like I don't want to be like home at holiday party.
And I
2023.
hate a backdrop.
Yes, I agree. Like I just want a good photographer. We used to have one. And I think the only people that really took advantage of
Garza.
it. Yes, the only people that took advantage of it were you and me. So Travis was like, it's a waste of money. I'm
It's
like,
not.
I'm your wife and Trey's your best friend. Like, how is that waste to make us happy? But I agree. Next year, we need a photographer. A good photographer is important.
Yep.
We did not have one, but we did have the light of Jesus.
But we had
and
Daniela. Yep.
So, yes. So every time somebody wanted their picture took, and I was like, Daniela, she literally was working the party.
You know, like you see these pictures that like a makeup artist posts, and it's just like so bright and everyone looks pretty. She has one of those lights. And she got it on Amazon, but it's a serious light. Like it requires like a camera battery that you recharge. It's a big boy.
It's like
but she can put it in her purse. Got it on Amazon. I think Zach got one for me for Christmas because I was like, what is this? It was great.
Well, I had her send me what it was yesterday, and they're sold out. So Zach must have bought the last one. I was like, dang you. But I'm going to
How much
go
were
online. I don't know because it was sold out, so I couldn't even.
I don't think it was very much. It was less than $50. I know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I need to tell Zach to send me the link that he got because I don't even know how much it was, but it was the most amazing light I've ever seen.
So if she
And
looks
I bought
good on
this
Instagram.
one. Okay, I will say I bought this one on Amazon during my celebrity cruise event. It was like under $30, and it's amazing if you're like doing selfies or things like that. But I don't think it would be like this light where you could go from far away. But if it's close up, it's amazing. But her light was
This one
next
lit
level.
up the entire room. It was so annoying for everyone else that was there, but we looked great.
Yes, I mean I could tell Travis was side eyeing me, like,
was like,
put
"What
the
in the
light
world?"
down. But whatever, you know what?
It was good.
It was so good. It was so good.
Was there anyone at the party that like really annoyed you?
No, my sister. Just kidding. No.
Your sister's
Actually,
my favorite. She walked in
so
with her
funny.
Yeti cup and she drank out of that all night long.
Oh yeah, she really doesn't drink, so she's always very sober. She comes in with a cup of Pepsi, and then like leaves, dances. She used to be definitely more of the wild child when we were younger. And now, like, I'm like, I wish she had a little bit of that wildness back in her, but she will get on the dance floor. I think she had fun. Like normally she doesn't know, but there was nobody that really annoyed me. And if there was, I would not say this on the podcast where people can listen and hear. But no, there's nobody that annoyed me. No. No.
Yeah, me neither. I feel like there were many people this year.
It was like the perfect amount.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like too many. But
Yeah.
it was like a good amount. Like it was, how many do you think? Like 100?
Maybe 100?
Yeah, which was perfect. Like sometimes there's like 150, 200. It feels a little too packed.
Yeah. Travis got up there and was giving a speech.
Oh my gosh.
And he wanted Stephanie to go up there, and she very quickly, everyone could tell, did not want to be standing there. And she
I was just like, He whenever he drinks, he'll talk in circles. So this is my thing with my husband. Okay, I was annoyed with, actually it ended up sweet, but this
One
is
guest.
my annoying thing. Like I don't mind people giving speeches.
Yeah.
But don't have like one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, like speak. Because then it's like 45 minutes. Everyone's lost their buzz. But I think like 3 speeches at the max. But he calls people up. Like, he forces them. It's not like anybody else want to talk. He's like, so-and-so, come up here to the mic. Then they come up. And he's like, so-and-so, come up here. I'm like, oh, my God, shut up.
It was very sweet. There was a guy that's retiring from Holman who's worked there forever.
And he should have spoke. But
yeah, well, and so Travis was calling people up, and he was trying to call the guy up that's retiring. The guy was like, no. And finally he went up, and he pulled a whole speech out of his pocket.
And it was the cutest speech ever.
But I was like, that man came prepared. Knowing like he was going to be called out. It was very cute. It was very cute. It was sweet.
But you have to admit, my husband does love to do a lot of speeches. I mean,
well, I think he likes to make people feel special.
He likes to have a lot of people come up and talk.
Yeah.
A lot. Yes, it's almost like a funeral type situation. You know, when you're like at celebrating somebody's life, and then everybody gets up and talks about something about this. Is almost like that. Like, it's like, okay, after 12 people, let the man come up and give his speech. But yeah, they do that. They do that on my birthday sometimes. Like I think it's like a family thing. His whole family would do that.
They talk about you?
Well, he likes people to go around in circles and talk about, and I'm like, please no, I do not. No, please, I'm good, thank you. But they'll go around, like, for his birthday one year, everybody that was there, and there were like 30 of us, had to go around and talk about the best thing they liked about Travis.
I remember that for your vow renewal. We all had to go around the table and say what we liked about y'all. And it was the weirdest thing. I was
Travis started it, though, didn't he?
Yeah, probably.
And for himself, that is weird. He's like, okay, now everyone, go make me feel special. Tell me what you like about me. It's so weird. He has the kids do that for Thanksgiving. He's like, okay, let's all go around this circle and say what you like about me. What makes you grateful for me? I'm like, that's so okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
what are you
special.
grateful for? Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. I love you, Travis. He does listen. I do appreciate the fact that he listens to us. I appreciate it.
You know what? Hunter listens to this, which surprised me. And he was like, yeah, I just got to make sure y'all don't say anything about me.
Yeah, Hunter's very, very concerned. Travis called me today, and he's like, what are you doing? Because we have people. Okay, so whenever, this is smart if you guys ever have parties at your house, if you're like us and you do one every year. You know, whenever you do them, well, maybe most people, I do not have my furniture or my rugs in there because it stresses me out because people are spilling crap everywhere. We used to keep our rugs in, and then one year in the room that everyone takes like their, you have the little picture thing up. I just saw person after person spilling their drink all over my rug. It stressed me out so much. I was like,
the
never
rug was
again.
Still down?
Yes, they did not remove it one year. In one room, they did not remove it. And it was in the purple room. It stressed me out so much. It was so sticky. It's a shag rug. It was so sticky, so disgusting. So now we remove all of our furniture in the rooms that are being used for the party, and then we remove all the rugs. That way, the worst thing that can happen is something, hardwoods get scuffed up or something spilled. You can clean it up, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're not doing a photo booth next year. We're gonna switch that up. We're gonna do like
photographer.
I like that circular thing that moves around. That's fun.
Yeah,
we need something, and we need a photographer.
That. We need a photographer.
We need the same food. We need the same DJ.
The food was amazing.
The food was very good, and usually catered food is not like it. But that was like the next day. I woke up and I was like, ooh, I want one of those meatballs.
Oh, you should have come over. I have a whole fridge of meatballs.
You don't know how happy that will make my husband.
That's another thing. If you cater, you should leave the food for people that you make. Yes, they always leave leftovers. It's so good. So anyway, back to my rug story. So then if you ever do this, then you bring your rugs back, right? And put them in place, and then we have Stanley Steamer come over and clean all of the rugs, all of our couches, everything. So we do once a year. And that's happening today. So thank you to my housekeepers that are there while I'm doing this to do that for me. I appreciate you.
Stephanie has the best housekeeper, and she recently has let her hair go gray, and she looks so good.
I know.
So good with gray hair.
I know. Her and
she
Travis,
really
they talked about it, and they both were like, we're going to be gray this year.
You know what? Travis's looks good if he goes all gray, but we can't leave it somewhere in the middle.
Well, unfortunately for him, he has to until it all grows out. Because you can't just dye your roots gray.
Right.
Or, you can't dye your tips gray.
No, but we got to cut it until it's all gray. But he looks very good gray.
Yes. He's
like a good shade of gray.
He's at the right age, too. Whenever we got married, he tried to go gray for a hot minute. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I'm still in my 20s. You got to be dark-haired for a few more years. Because then I started feeling like it made me look a little older. And I know that's very selfish, but I don't care. I was like, wait, you got to cut this back a little bit.
Yep.
It was like a really crazy weekend because also we got our bike stolen. And if you were watching, well, we did get our bike stolen. We did. And if you're watching Trey and I's story, you know that we did try to find it. We did locate it, but It's an apartment complex, and we did not know the specific person's address.
So here's the problem: is it was actually stolen like a week ago.
It was stolen on the 3rd, which is Sunday. I was the only one home.
Yep.
So I must have been waiting, and I would never, ever, ever have the gate open. I told Trey, I know that I did not leave my house Saturday and Sunday because I didn't even know what the weather was like outside. I really didn't. Like, I stayed inside to my best living. My family was gone. I must have been waiting for like Uber Eats or something to come. I had to have my gate open for some reason because there's no way to steal something if you don't. But I know I was home.
Because it's Fort Knox in there. It is. You're not getting in.
You can't get out.
And you're not getting out once you're in.
Because because the gate opens and closes and you just cannot get out.
I'm thinking someone ran in like after the gate was already closing because there's that few second delay, and then they ran in that garage, got it, and ran out.
Yeah.
Where they're dumb is, well, never mind. I won't tell you, just in case any other potential thieves
Well, they
are listening.
can't because now that whole area is Fort Knox. Like you have to have a code to get in.
Okay,
now,
well then where you're dumb is you could have taken a Ferrari.
Yeah, you really could have. I mean, there's like all of these cars, and honestly, they took the cheapest bike too. Like we have 3 e-bikes, and they took Travis's. I'm grateful that you took Travis's if you're listening, but don't come back because it's very rude. So anyway, if you know somebody who's thinking about stealing an e-bike, or you or see one,
if you
do
buy
not
a
take
used
it.
one on Facebook, know that it might be Travis's. So I thought this was Chance's bike. So Chance calls me and is like, hey, let's go hunt this thing down. And Stephanie initially told me it was 6 miles away. And I was like, 6 miles, which direction? Because north and south from her house give you 2 very different situations. Like, we're either going to South Dallas and it's not worth it, or we can go to north and we could totally intimidate anybody up the north.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was 0.6 miles away. Come to find out, it was in the neighborhoods. One of the gays did this. So... well, I don't really know because we went and found this apartment complex that wasn't the nicest of apartment complexes. Like, the bike was probably sold and paid someone's rent that month, to be honest.
Which then it was worth it. I'm glad you stole
but
it.
But we broke into this apartment complex.
Yes, we really did.
We drove in after someone was driving up, probably the same way they got the bike.
Yeah, exactly.
And we circled twice. We looked a little suspicious. And the 3rd time we were circling, we were like, okay, we can't do this because there were some people that looked like they were like either in a gang or forming a gang by the trash cans. And we're like, all right, we can't drive by again. We're looking a little strange.
Scared. I'm like, this is Travis's bike, not mine. It's not worth it.
And initially I was like, all right, what car? Like, I was just thinking like logistics. I'm like, what car are we taking? We're not taking the G-Wagon, and we're definitely not taking the bright blue Bentley because, like, what if they steal that? Then we've really lost a lot here. So I was like, I'll drive. So we go in, we don't see it. We're looking, and everyone's like balconies and whatever, and we didn't see it out there. And Cruz like pointed a few out. I was like, guys, we're gonna steal someone's bike it's not even stolen. We're gonna bring
we're
10 bikes
same.
back, and none of the were the ones that they got stolen. So then we went inside the complex. We figured out like between 2 buildings where it would have been between the 2 buildings, but we didn't see the bike. And by that point, I bet it was sold.
Yeah. Well, also here's the deal. Like, if you have an e-bike, you know this, but that's connected to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we knew where it was, because you can see where they like had their fun time for 4 hours the day that it went missing. I don't ride those bikes, nor did I really leave my house. So I did not even know it was gone until the kids said something like 3 or 4 days later. And I think Travis honestly had only ridden it once. So it's not like it's his,
pride and joy.
It's more... for Travis, it's like, wait, I want it back just because somebody else has it. But those e-bikes are connected to your phone, so you can see everywhere they go. You can lock them down. So it's just kind of a dumb thing to steal anyways. But if you do steal it, take the battery, take the charger with you.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't charge it.
How much is the charger?
I think my kids looked
They're
up
like
and
a few $100,
right?
it's
like a few $100.
expensive.
So it's like they should have at least like.
Well, if you have a dead
charger.
e-bike that you're stolen and need a charger,
come message me. We'll talk. So then
Leave it in the
Travis
mailbox.
went back with my brother-in-law the next day, right? And because I was like, I know
I
where
would
they
have
live.
loved to see this.
So he goes to the office, the main office, and he's like, listen, I know that somebody here stole my bike from the garage. And he said, I'm going to offer a reward. Well, so he was like, can I put it on there? Can you just offer anybody like $100 for a lost bike? He thought it sounded better if it said lost other than stolen, right? He was like, maybe the person that stole it will come
lost
in.
it when you came in my garage and took it.
Yeah, so it says lost bike. So we'll see. I don't think anybody's going to come forward.
No.
But at least they know that we know how to find you.
Yeah, see, if he would have like went like North Dallas, that would have worked. Where we went, I don't think you're gonna get a call. I think they're like, yeah, we sold the bike for way more than that $100.
Yeah. So anyway, that was our bike thing. But it is weird to think that people are that gutsy to like go into your home. I mean,
you know what? Holidays,
super gutsy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The holidays, I feel like, are times when that will happen. So
you know what, though?
Yeah.
My friend Jordan works in an apartment complex. He said more bikes get stolen in the month of December than any other time.
Really?
They give them as gifts.
That makes sense. I mean, you know what? I mean, if you're going to steal something, at least give it to your kid, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But it's gone. I never wrote it. I never will write it. Yeah. So worse things could happen. They could come in and steal something that I cared about, but they didn't.
So, whew. Yeah, Jordan said he was going to go find it, but he would come back with other items and be like, what do you want as a replacement that he stole?
Oh, yeah. We cannot have him. We cannot have him go there. No.
So he's going to knock on doors and just see who looked a little scared.
No. He would. He would be like, I need to come in. I'm with the police department. Yes, I need to look around.
I don't believe you.
He would get thrown in jail because they would find out he was not actually a police officer. So it is what it is. I'll let you know if something happens. But as of right now, nothing. Nobody is called to collect the $100 reward from Travis. I'm like, you need to make it worth their while. $100, not so much.
No.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he was going to do 50 and then he said he changed his mind to 100. I was like, well, that's good. Yeah.
Double or nothing.
Big daddy. Yeah, big daddy.
Yep. Watch, you're going to need a call and someone's be like $500 to give it back.
Oh, yeah, I would take it. I would take it back. Yeah. If you want to give me a $500 thing, I would pay for it.
Do you remember that whole lawsuit that happened with Lady Gaga and the person that stole her dogs? She was offering a $500,000 reward for the dog to be returned, and the thieves returned the dog, and then sued her for that $500,000.
No.
She ended up winning the lawsuit.
Yeah, don't steal my dog.
Because they also shot her dog walker. So it was, they kind of turned themselves. Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I mean, I remember her dog getting stolen, but $500,000 is a massive reward. Also, like you're shooting a dog walker for a dog.
Yeah, shot him in the leg. He was in the hospital for like a week, and she ended up getting the dogs back, but they sued her for the $500,000.
That's gutsy.
That
is super, super,
also,
super gutsy.
What lawyer took that on?
A special one. There are some lawyers that will do anything for a buck. And if you're one of those lawyers, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Speaking of people that listen to I don't realize that people listen to this podcast and they bring it up to me every now and then, and they'll say something that we said on here, and I'm like, what? And then they mention that we talked about it. I was like, oh, okay. I have a family member that listens to this podcast, and if you're listening, hey, sugar tits, you're on my shit list.
Ooh, what happens?
Oh, so this family member I found out recently.
It's a girl because Sugar Tits is a girl.
No, it's a guy.
Oh, okay, boy.
And
okay.
I have zero desire to ever talk to this person again. Like,
what?
I absolutely have no respect for this
happened?
person. So they found a raunchy episode of our podcast.
Yes.
And went to go pick up my grandma. And from the hospital.
Oh my gosh, what was she in the hospital for? I didn't even know this.
Oh, this whole situation. But she had just gotten out and she was going to an appointment or something. He went to go pick her up and was playing the podcast.
Oh.
I haven't talked to this person in years. Has posted things on Facebook about me and my bar, and very much just not
negative.
Yeah. But will never say anything to me about it, of course. And so she gets in the car and he's playing this podcast. And
what?
Quickly he's like, oh, do you recognize that voice?
Shut up. No.
And she was like, no. And he was like, oh, it's your grandson. And then turns it off.
What? What did your grandma say?
She knows we have a podcast and but doesn't know how to work Apple or Spotify. And nor have I ever gone on to this podcast I'm going to censor myself because grandma might be listening. It's no, I'm going to, whatever. And so I found out about that a few weeks ago.
Oh, well, that's not your friend.
No, it's not. This is the same person that went on
you.
Facebook and posted all sorts of crazy things about my bar a few years ago, during Pride and whatever, but wouldn't call me about it. But
that's not a good family member.
So then this past weekend, my mom and brother are visiting some family members, and this family member pulls my brother aside and is just talking to him in his office and is like, you know how to load a gun?
What?
And he was like, no. And he was like, I'm going to show you how to load a gun. And he was like, I don't need to know how to load a gun.
That's weird. Okay, you need sometimes
and then,
you do not have to be friends with your family.
He goes, hey, did you know Well, he brought up a certain situation about my youngest brother.
Uh-huh.
He said, "Did you know that this happened with your youngest brother?"
Oh my gosh.
And my brother was like, no. And he was like, "Well, it did." And he goes, "I just want you to know your grandma's more aware than you think she is."
Okay, this person's horrible.
And so
Trey.
if you're listening, I want you to know that you're a piece of shit.
You kind of are.
And the fact that you are so bored to where you spend your time Googling my brother, find something better to do with your life.
Yes, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I found out about this and I was raging. I was like, please tell me he says something about me because I will gladly go off the rails.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's so sad because that's one thing I love about I'm super grateful with my sister. I have a very small family. But my sister is so good to my kids. It's and I'm good to her son. And I think that's how families should be.
Absolutely.
I wasn't always I think I have it. My family, my mom's side was great, but my dad's side, there was some situations with aunts and uncles where they weren't always the best.
I don't understand.
But nothing like that. But I think it's small town. Everybody's
very bored.
Yeah,
but
sometimes.
Why are you so bored to go try to dig up something? And then he was like, "Well, your grandma's more aware." Well, yeah, because you're running your big fat mouth, dumbass.
Grandma would not be aware.
Grandma's aware because you made her aware,
oh
idiot.
My gosh, that's crazy.
Isn't that the wildest thing? It just blows my mind.
But here's the deal. I've talked about this to some of my other friends. I think a lot of times people do that in life, family or not, because they don't like their own life. They don't like where they are. They're very insecure. And a lot of times you can't be happy for other people because you have to make other people feel almost beneath you to make you feel good about yourself.
Oh, absolutely. It's totally an insecurity. Absolutely.
So a lot of it's more insecure
and
than
I think what
else.
bugs me more than anything is that then people that do this, they go and they slap a Jesus sticker on it.
Yes.
And it's like, "Oh, sweetie, I don't know which version of the Bible you read, but the Salulu is not to be Delulu." I don't know where in the Bible you read that you're the police and it's your job to be judgmental and XYZ, but it's just, if you're listening, hey, sweetie.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, play this one for Grandma.
Yeah.
I'll tell her that before you do.
Trey, you have to just let it go.
But
and then
I'll be praying for you.
Yes, pray for him. Yeah, that's what we say in the South. Oh my gosh, no.
These podcasts have gotten me in trouble before, but not like that. And sometimes I'm like, oh no, yeah, actually I've never regretted the things I've said on here.
Good. I like that you don't regret them because you've given me a lot of joy over the years.
I regret the things I don't say. There's some things that I wish I could talk about, but there's some people I know listen, but man, the stories I could tell.
Oh my gosh, no.
If I didn't know who listened to this podcast, it'd be good.
So this is kind of the beginning of Christmas season. So what all do you have? Do you have a lot of parties? Or
I don't know.
I'm so glad I got mine done first week of December.
Yeah, I feel
like it was so good to get it done. So yeah, I'm super, super, super excited.
I don't know. Zach's Christmas party's done. I'm not really doing a Mr. one. I was trying to figure out our Christmas week plans, and that's a lot. But I'm really trying to condense the amount of things I commit to.
No,
it's
me
exhausting.
Too. Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to spend the holidays running around to everyone's house just to make them happy. No.
Yeah, I agree. I think Travis is such a social butterfly.
Yeah.
That I'll go to things. I think we have a few things we're supposed to go to, but I am not doing we do every other year where we just run ourselves into the ground. So
you know what else I'm not down with this year? And I don't know why. This has just changed in me. Gift cards. When Zach and I are talking about gifts to give people, he's like, "Oh, tell them to give me a gift card." And I'm gonna give them a gift card. I'm like, then why are we getting why?
Oh,
but then why get a gift?
I get my sister and her husband. Usually I get them North Park Gold. The North Park stopped doing North Park Gold. They did the gift cards are just not as good.
No, it's not as fun.
It's not as fun. So they want credit. They want Visa gift cards. They like to go shopping and buy stuff. So some people do.
I don't know. I want something either an experience or something when I see it, I think of that person. It's they gave me this. You know?
Yeah, that's how Travis is going to feel about the treadmill. I got him. Actually, I got it for me, but whatever. Yes. So romantic.
He's gonna
so romantic.
See that treadmill every day and just think of you.
Right. Exactly. But no, I feel I am going to buy a few gift cards. See, still need to figure out a purse for my mom. Some people wrote me and gave me some great purse ideas.
My
so
gosh.
thank y'all that who did that.
My DMs were flooded with pictures of purses that day that episode came out.
Send them
They were
to
like,
me.
no, I was like, that doesn't have a top zipper on it. And I was like, that's not her style.
Oh,
She
yeah,
wouldn't like
it
that.
can't have a flap. It has to have a
Nope.
top zipper. It has to be large. Like, it can't be small. She fits the whole world in her purse.
Yep. I still think a Louis Vuitton bag is. Does she listen to this?
No, my dad does,
Okay.
but she doesn't. And my dad actually called her out when I was on the phone earlier this week
What?
that she doesn't listen to the podcast.
Oh.
He was like, hey, I just want you to know I listen every week and your mom doesn't. And she was like, Frank Hayes. She started getting on to him and I'm like, I don't want to hear this. It's fine. I appreciate you not listening because I told a pooping your pants story one
a good one.
time. And yeah, like I like the fact that I can talk about you and you don't ever know about it. So please don't listen because there's not many people I can talk about. I can talk about Travis.
Yeah.
He gets annoyed sometimes, but like today he
But
said,
then another
what are you
episode
gonna
comes out.
Yeah,
and then
today
he's
he
fine.
said, what are you gonna talk about? And I said, I don't know. And then he said, are you gonna talk about how handsome I am? And I said, well, and look at you, Trey. You said he looked good with gray
He
hair.
did.
So yeah, we did talk about
Check.
how handsome you were. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Love it. Are we
Wrap-
good?
Yeah, we're at
Okay.
the 30-minute mark.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. Next time we come on, don't let me forget to talk to you about my house in Montana. You're going to die.
Ooh.
We're going there for Christmas, and I have some stuff to talk to you about.
Oh,
Yes.
and I'm so excited. In a few weeks, we're doing an episode with Lori Dixon. We're doing our 2024 predictions. We did this with her last year, I think.
Oh,
and I need to
yes.
listen back and see what all
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember what she said.
came to. I don't know. She's been very spot on with me lately. Like we did a session a few weeks ago and on it. So I'm very excited for that.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You know what else? Cutting in, we should have a guest have the opportunity to call in so she can tell them their predictions. That would be super fun. Okay, we're gonna make that happen.
Fun.
Don't message me. Message Trey or the podcast if you would like.
Message the podcast page
Yes,
because
the
I'll check
podcast
it the
page.
day of and then remember.
If you want to give us her number and you want predictions, she will do this for you.
Yes.
Okay.
You can follow me on Instagram at Trey_Restore, and you can send your prediction request to, what is it called?
At BS the podcast.
At BS the podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Yay Networks.